Rahul Verma, you're seeing how this inequality debate is playing out. Is this now shaping the 2024 campaign agenda? Rahul Gandhi making it clear there'll be a wealth survey, X-ray, and we will, without saying redistribute wealth, saying we will have revolutionary steps. The BJP saying Rahul Gandhi will snatch away the wealth of the rich. How do you respond? Is this an election issue?
Thank you, Rajdeep, for this question. I think what seems to be happening, one, with the kind of speeches and statements made by Congress politicians, and then in retort by first the Prime Minister, and then I think that became a cue for most of BJP politicians, where they have taken up this idea of redistribution and put a sort of like Hindu-Muslim angle to that. So that is going to now be the pitch of this 2024 campaign, at least to energize the base of both parties. In some ways, what Congress party is now, even if it's not part of their manifesto, but the kind of statements that came up, there is a difference between what is written and what is being said. And I don't think they understand the extent of meaning that is going to be drawn from things that Congress politicians, and especially Rahul Gandhi and people who are close to him, are saying. See, to me, Rajdeep, and I've said this on your show many times, that there are serious issues in our economy. And these issues were not created in 5 years, 10 years, but these are structural problems of our economy. We are a poor country with a very large population, with a very, very large population in the working age who is not able to find significant employment. Inequality is rising, and it cannot be solved in a 5-year time by any government. And so what I, as a citizen of this country, who does not understand the numbers on economy as some of other people on your panel might understand, we have a serious problem on income and economic inequality. What seems to be happening, that for 15% of our population, the GDP growth rate is very, very high. But for a vast majority, which is more than half, the GDP growth might be just around 4 and 5%. And this income inequality gap cannot be solved in a 5-year by just policy.
But is it an election issue? Is it an election issue, therefore? Could it determine voter preferences?
The Congress party definitely wants to now, in some ways, play on this economic angle. And that's why what you have been witnessing, not just in their manifestos, they are trying to link the income inequality and all kinds of income issues to two things. One, that there is a crony capitalism in the system, and top BJP leadership or the government is in cahoots with business. And the second thing is that this income inequality is basically is creating all kinds of problems for a large section of population. And that's where they're bringing the caste angle. We need a caste census to be able to figure out who hasn't got, and then there would be plans of basically policy formulation. So Congress party is bringing income inequality question from sort of like corruption and not corruption, but crony capitalism and the caste angle. BJP is trying to bring through Hindu-Muslim and redistribution angle.
So I'm going to ask both of you 30 seconds each. First, you, Madhi Yakshagowd, are you playing with fire? What you are doing is, in a time when you want to encourage wealth creation, the Congress will be seen to be anti-wealth creation. You're not, in that sense, in tune with the aspirations of a new India where everyone wants to move ahead. As you know, you are seemingly, the way the manifesto is shaped, according to some, is seen to be anti-wealth creation. That's the perception, again, because of the statements your leaders make, not so much as what is written in your manifesto.
Rajdeep, it's a malicious, misleading statement by BJP doing it. They create a fear among the people. What neither manifesto nor nowhere it said it. What Rahul Gandhi said it is the equal distribution of the wealth is very important. In the last 10 years, the corporate tax is at 21%. You are giving all the benefits to corporates, but not to the middle class. The rich caste has become rich class now. The middle class, salaried people who are paying taxes, if they work 12 months, 5 months being taken away their income by the Modi government. And they were not given any benefits to them. So what we are trying to say is in the manifesto, equal distribution of this wealth. They cannot show any statement which they're making. Sam Pitroda just mentioned about wealth. He is the person who created a telecom revolution in the country. He is a great citizen of the country. These people, BJP, this is what they do it. They create fear among the people.
So you're saying the BJP is creating fear. I want therefore Syed Zafar Islam to have the final word. Syed Zafar Islam, it's one thing to have a debate on wealth distribution, income inequality, but when the Prime Minister no less goes and says, look, this wealth will be snatched and given to minorities or given to Ghuspetia or may bring in Mangal Sutra, your Mangal Sutras will be also sold. Isn't that also fear mongering? Aren't you also preying on the worst of people, sir, very quickly?
Well, Rajdeep, you have to understand that we are only taking reference from what has been spoken by Congress leader, the then Prime Minister, and everything is not in open when Sam Pitroda has x-rayed the mindset of Rahul Gandhi and given a very clear result that this is what they want. So it is our fault what they are saying. We are only taking it to the people that this is what will happen if the Congress comes to power. This is what they will do. They will snatch your wealth.
They will
not
snatch your wealth and give it to minorities.
If you
they will snatch your wealth and give it to minorities. They will take away your Mangal Sutra.
So everything what the then Prime Minister has said that the first right is of the minority, particularly he is referring about Muslims.
Sir, he said SC, ST, OBC, minorities. I am surprised that someone like you from the minority community should also misinterpret what Dr. Singh said, but I'll leave it there. The Congress has given enough space, whether it's a Pitroda or others, for the BJP to misinterpret it. But it is unfortunate that a serious issue like income inequalities then gets caught in these propaganda battles and fear mongering. I hope that these parties can actually give a solution to income inequalities and more importantly to the water crisis as well that I mentioned earlier in the show.